After being injured in an accident, it may seem like the bills just won't stop. What are you responsible for? What is the other job responsible for? What does the insurance company do? Hello, I'm Douglas Dykes with Seifert & Dykes Law Offices in Panama City. We help our clients with these problems every day. Call me, Douglas Dykes, at 785-3400. If I can't help you with your problems after your accident, then I personally guarantee that you will never pay me any attorney's fees or costs I incur in your case. If you were selling your house, would you let the buyer tell you how much it is worth? Of course not. Well, if you let the insurance company tell you how much your personal injury case is worth, you're basically doing the same thing. Hello, I'm Douglas Dykes. You don't have to accept what the insurance companies offer. Your case may be worth more. Call me, Douglas Dykes, at Seifert & Dykes Law Offices in Panama City at 785-3400 to discuss your case today. Knowledge is a powerful thing. Hello, I'm attorney Douglas Dykes with Seifert & Dykes Law Offices in Panama City, and I've written an easy-to-read book that explains Florida automobile insurance to help all Floridians. There is no such thing as full coverage automobile insurance, and in 2005, there were over 268,000 crashes in Florida. You and your family need to be protected. Call me at 785-3400 or visit seifertdykes.com for your free book today. Again, I want to say thank you, and we're going to run through, and you have a handout for you that I hope you like. We put together, it has a spot where you can make your own notes, and I will just guide us through. And I want to just say I'm so proud of each of you for coming, because unfortunately when it comes to automobile insurance, there are a lot of misconceptions and myths out there, and we're going to go through tonight, and we're going to learn about that the best we can, and we're going to see a lot of neat information. And whenever you leave tonight, you will know what you can do to protect yourself and your family. That's one of the things I really have a passion about, is people being able to protect themselves and their families. And what's happening is people don't understand the different types of insurance that are out there and what they do. And so we're going to start out just looking at the overall laundry list, if you will, and we're going to go into each of these in more detail. And you can see instantly with something called PIP, which we'll discuss, property damage liability, med pay, comprehensive collision, bodily injury, uninsured motorist, rental, GAP. There is a host of different coverages out there. And what I found as I continue to practice law and continue to meet with clients, unfortunately, after an accident and after all of the tragedies you just saw on the video, people did not understand what they really had. As a matter of fact, they had no clue what they really had. They just said, I had insurance. And then unfortunately, it was left to me to say, I'm so sorry, but you don't have the, quote, right kind of coverage to help you in this situation. So it became, as the years drew on, I said, I've got to do something. I've got to do something, because unfortunately, people just don't really realize what all the coverages do. And so this is a culmination of many years of wanting to help people understand. Let's go through and let's look first at some rules of the road I want us to keep in mind as we're thinking about what we need to do to protect ourselves, to protect our vehicle, and so forth. The first and most important thing about automobile insurance is you only get what you pay for. You only get what you pay for. And the second rule goes along with number one. How many of us have ever heard the term full coverage? How many of you have thought you had full coverage? Okay. I'm sorry to tell you, there is no such thing. There is no such thing. The legal minimums in Florida, they're not enough. They're not enough. I'll tell you just real fast, we'll go through in more detail. There's something called personal injury protection that's required in Florida, and something called property damage liability that's required in Florida. And that's it. That's all that's required. And when we get through with this first session, you'll understand how that is so inadequate to help you or to protect someone if you were to run into them. It's completely inadequate, so they're definitely not enough. Rule number 4, how many of us have heard Florida is a no-fault state? A lot of us have heard that. Does anybody ever hear that in the context and think, well, oh, it doesn't matter who caused the wreck because we're a no-fault state? That unfortunately is bad information, very bad information. All a no-fault state means is we're going to take care of some medical bills and potentially lost wages automatically. That's all the no-fault means. Fault continues to play a role regarding any kind of property damage that may occur. Fault continues to play a role regarding any kind of medical bills that aren't covered by the initial PIP coverage. We're going to look more at that and help you understand how the pieces of the puzzle fit together. Okay? Rule number 5, just like all the accidents we just saw, those people had no choice over when it was going to happen, over where it was going to happen, and who it was going to happen with. It's just instantly. Okay? So you don't have any choice in that, but what you do have a choice in is the positive step you took tonight by learning what you can do to truly protect yourself and protect your family. And so that's something we're gonna look at. How many of us have ever heard the saying, we want to buy it like we're going to use it? We want to buy the car insurance like we're going to use it. We hope we don't have to have it, okay? But ultimately, if we do find ourselves in that situation, we don't want a lot of out-of-pocket expenses. We don't want extra medical bills. We don't want extra bills to pay for our car because it's now torn up. So we want to buy it like we're going to use it. And then finally, just like goes with number 6, the large out-of-pocket expenses after a crash. One thing I want to go ahead and mention while we're here, we've all heard the term deductibles before. If you have deductibles on your car insurance, specifically on a type of coverage called personal injury protection, which we're going to look at in detail, I want to encourage you to go ahead and get rid of that. And we're going to discuss in detail why. So those are our rules of the road to think about as we get going. Again, they're in your handout, and let's look at some more detail here. If you were selling your house, would you let the buyer tell you how much it is worth? Of course not. Well, if you let the insurance company tell you how much your personal injury case is worth, you're basically doing the same thing. Hello, I'm Douglas Dykes. You don't have to accept what the insurance companies offer. Your case may be worth more. Call me, Douglas Dykes, at Cypher & Dykes Law Offices in Panama City at 785-3400 to discuss your case today.